make it feel more.
Yeah, that's cool.
So basically, after I sign it, that just means we've accepted it, and yeah. So, welcome to the Airbus A320 cockpit. Is it your first time in the A320 cockpit?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You haven't tried asking the captain if you can come visit the cockpit after your flight?
I used to work for British Airways.
Ah, okay.
But I've never ever been in an A320 cockpit. I've been in a 777.
Wow. Okay. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
My favorite plane.
We used to spend quite a lot of time just chilling in the 777 cockpits.
Yeah. Quite spacious, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite big, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've been in the 777.
Yeah. So let's have a run through of this. Turn on the cruise supply over here. Turn on ground control over here. Let's do a quick test of this cockpit voice recorder by holding this down until you hear a beep. There you go, you can release. Let's just make sure there aren't any white lights over here. Do you see any?
No.
Yeah. Basically, the scanning pattern, by the way, is like this.
Okay.
So bottom to up. It's not like top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's bottom to up and then left to right. Over here for the lights, we can set the strobe light to auto. Go ahead and set that to auto. Nav light to number 1. So nav light, we also turn that on whenever there's electrical power in the aircraft. No smoking to auto. Emergency exit light to arm. And I think refueling is complete.
Captain, other circles enough.
Roger, we're clear for push and start for runway 09.
For push and start on user now, please release parking brake.
Okay, you told us to release parking brake, but let's just make sure there's no there's no open doors.
Okay.
You check?
Yeah.
All right, then we can go ahead and release the parking brake. And by the way, we also have this pointer stick. I'm going to be using this to point various things out later on.
Cool.
Okay, brakes are released. All doors check closed. Brakes released. Off blocks 5-9er.
Roger, off blocks 5-9er. Starting push, you may start your engine.
Alright, okay, now there's starting push. We can now start our engines.
Okay.
So first things first, let's twist this to ignition.
Is that start?
Yep, that's the mode selector.
Yeah.
We wait for these crosses to disappear, if disappeared, and we also make sure that there's bleed pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 28, which is good. That means we can start first our engine number 1. So go ahead and start that up. Alright.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. From the flight deck, this is your captain, Augustine speaking. Welcome aboard Sputnik Aviation flight number 000 with non-stop service from Palawan to Manila. We expect to be taking off in around 10 minutes. Today's flight time is around 1 hour, cruising at an altitude of 31,000 feet, as we expect the weather en route to be fair. For now, sit back, relax and enjoy the flight. For everyone's safety, keep your seatbelts on and follow the instructions of our cabin crew. We'll talk to you again soon once we start our arrival into Manila. Once again, good morning and welcome aboard.
pedals and right hand on the side stick, and then stabilize, push it all the way forward. One more notch. There you go. Right, Mantoga SRS, all thrust blue. Thrust is set. knots. Then at V1, let go of the thrust levers. V1, and rotate. Right, start pulling back to 15 degrees. Pull, 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 pull. Little bit more, little bit more. And stop pulling. There you go. Now follow the flight directors. Alright, positive climb. We can set the landing gear up. There you go. Now you just took off an Airbus A320. How about that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to let you follow the flight path over here. Turn to the left. Tower Sputnik 71 airborne. A little bit more. Don't be afraid to give it a little bit more give. A little bit more. 122 2.0, Sputnik 718. Okay, so left hand on the thrust levers. So you see that blinking thing on your screen?
Yeah.
So that means we have to reduce the power, so pull it back by 2 clicks. There you go. Oh, that's good. Yeah, there you go. Good. Now at this point we can now retract the flaps as well. So do you want me to do it or you want to do it?
I think you should do it.
Alright, okay. Alright, so F speed, speed check, flaps 1. There you go. Open climb now.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever it says open climb, it basically sets a fixed thrust setting, which is thrust climb in this case, and then it climbs to maintain that speed that we have, that our target speed. So it's basically a safer mode of climbing compared to VS. So the level goes like VS and then selected altitude mode, and then a managed climb mode. The managed climb mode is basically the safest one because it takes into account whatever constraints that we may have along the way.
Sweet.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, we're reaching 25,000. We can turn off the seatbelt signs. Let our lovely passenger roam around and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, this is another thing that the Airbus does for us. It computes it automatically for us, provided we give it data. So this is where we put the weather information. So the QNH is 1010, so put that down over there. Put it on QNH. For our temperature, it's going to be 28 degrees. Type 410 over there. Then put it on Barrow. Oh, sorry, 410. Sorry. You can overwrite it. And that's basically how we prepare the aircraft for descent. It's a very simplified version, but it basically we've done all the steps necessary to make our descent safe. Now set this to 16,000. Pretty much ready. You can press it. There you go.
Radio as well as you, or would it just be you because you're pilot monitoring?
So normally on the first, we have 3 radios on the cockpit. Number 1 is basically what we use to communicate with ATC. Number 2 is to monitor guard, so 1 to 1 and 5.
Emergency.
And then 3 is just set to data over here. That's what's been receiving the text messages we've been getting. So actually, you can see it change when you select my radio. You change the frequency.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you can set it to.
Okay.
You can set what radio you would like to tune.
Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. From the flight deck, this is your Captain Augustine speaking aboard Sputnik Aviation flight number 000. We are 15 minutes to landing. As we start our descent for an on-time arrival into Manila, where the weather is expected to be good. Wherever your travels may take you, we'd like to thank you for choosing Sputnik Aviation today on your flight to Manila. Again, for everyone's safety, follow the cabin signs and the instructions of the cabin crew. Sit back, relax and enjoy the rest of the flight. We hope to see you again on board on our future flights here with Sputnik Aviation.
Go ahead and hold the side stick. Put your feet on the rudder pedals as well. Left hand on the thrust levers. When you're ready, press the red button on the side stick. Press it one more time to cancel the alert, and And you have control. There you go. So remember, just do flare and chop.
Okay.
Once we get to altitude. Okay, so we're cleared for the approach. I'm gonna set our missed approach altitude to 7,000 over here. Okay, there you go. We expect to be vacating on the left, so at Terminal 2. Right.
My flight director is telling me to fly to the left, but I feel like I should fly to the right to get the center line.
Push down a little bit. There's a parallax effect on the right side,
Yeah.
so you might feel like you're a little bit skewed. But yeah, you're looking good. You can just follow the flight directors if it makes you confused.
300.
Our minimums continue. You're a little bit low, but that's okay. We're still within tolerances. All right, 2 whites, 2 reds. We're on glide. Push down a little. There you go. Yeah, pull up a little. There you
50.
go. All right.
40.
Now flare, and then chop.
30.
Let the aircraft sink down to the ground. Oh, don't flare too much. Like let the aircraft sink.
5.
There you go. Now thrust reversers, center line. There you go. All right, you can start slowly applying brakes and then push the thrust reversers forward.
Booking 719.
Then vacate over here to the left.
To contact ground 118 for now.
Slow down a little bit more. Push this forward to 0. There you go. Now transition to the tiller. And you've brought us safely to Manila.
Alright.
Beautiful. All right. Ground 121, Decimal 8, Sputnik 718. Okay. Ground Sputnik 719. Romeo 3, request taxi Terminal 2.
Sputnik 719 ground to taxi goes to the left, on Terminal 2
Continue straight ahead on Golf Juliet, left on Lima, and then over to Terminal 2, Sputnik 719. Thank you so much. All right, let's taxi straight in. That was a beautiful landing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we can start to turn a little bit. Let's overshoot it a little bit because our wheel is in the back. And now, turn now. There you go. Just a little bit. There you go. Let's maintain like 6 knots. I really wanted to make British jokes, but yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're sarcastic, you're fine.
That's automatically being British.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Okay, I'll just let you know when to stop, but yeah, we can just maintain the speed right here. All right. A little bit more. Nope, don't stop yet. There you go. A little bit more, and stop. There you go. Now you can set the parking brake over here. Let's turn on the APU bleed over here. Let's turn off the nose lights as well. The nose light and the runway turn off over here. And now we can turn off our engines. So turn them off one by one. And an engine one as well. Seat belts to off. All the fuel pumps, so 2-in-1, pump 2 and pump 1, so on and so forth. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, these ones?
2-in-1. Yeah, those ones. Except for this one. The mode selector. Then slides are disarmed. We're below 10% N1. We can turn off the beacon light over here. Then let's call the ground crew. Let them ask them if chocks have been connected.
Go ahead.
Cockpit ground, confirm chocks are set. Roger, parking brake is set. On blocks 47, 1 defect, and can we request external power?
Roger. Connecting external.
Okay, if connected external power, we can go ahead and press this button. And now let's do the final checklist for today's flight. Okay, the parking checklist over here.
Okay, so parking brake on, chocks, parking brake on chocks.
Chock set.
Engines
Off.
Wing lights.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Okay, checklist complete.
All right, and that concludes our flight to Manila.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yes.